28 aqui, vocês viram os jogos finais, então tem alguns finais que a gente fechava. Indo atrás de Virginobia. E fazendo instalação toda dele. O jogo não tá difícil, mas a gente precisa achar esse final aqui. Boa. Vou upar mais um level, tá sendo mais difícil pra upar level aqui agora.
Had been to a dungeon once where all the chests had teeth, eyes. It had been a short visit.
Eu nem preciso desse Skyrim pra ele. Forte na parada aqui. Nada, opa.
He couldn't do worse with Zenobia than he'd done with the core, could he?
Nem vou pular agora, que dá. Na verdade não faz mais diferença eu pegar ou não essas caixas, então não embora. Nem minério tá dando mais.
Sleep time, thought Renado.
Nem dá XP esses bichos.
Renado knew how he was going to capture Zenobia. She'd be expecting him. And he didn't have Lepino to cook up a clever plan. Why wasn't it again he hadn't got the core? Maybe because he was always constantly disaster. These streets were familiar. The sword country was closed now. But he had been down that street 1,000 times. He knew that pub. He knew that alley. He knew the alley behind it much too well. No wonder Zenobia had chosen to invade this island herself.
Vamos.
Renado slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek, how soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She vanished. And he suddenly noticed he couldn't move, except his mouth. In fact, soon he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He told Zenobia everything. Skyward, the Ibliston, even where the secret rebel base was, until he was hoarse. It was some kind of truth spell. A talking truth spell. She called her father by Farspeaker Toad, and filled His Majesty in. Why didn't he get the core? Croaked the Farspeaker, something like His Majesty's croak. Because I missed you, darling. Bernardo grinned. He doesn't even know why, frowned Zenobia. That makes no sense. It's a trap, shouted the Emperor. I'll meet you at the outpost, and I'll bring my interrogators. If Bernardo came face to face with the Emperor, maybe he would assassinate him. But maybe it would be smarter and safer to turn Zenobia against her father.
E agora?
You're lying. Somehow you're lying. The spell hadn't worn off yet. He had to tell the truth. The trick was in making sure she wouldn't believe it. The core is perfectly safe, he said. And he tried his hardest to sound sincere. So is the Iblis stone. In fact, I was trying to get them myself. Fine then, interrogators it is, she said angrily. I gave you a chance. The Emperor's interrogators were not especially gentle, even by weasel standards. Fortunately, Zenobia had locked him in the guest quarters on her ship, and she'd forgotten it had a toilet that, like all skyship toilets, could be vented into the abyss. This was not the sort of slippery fox he wanted to be. But just as they were about to land, he threw the latch, wrinkled his nose, and leapt through the open latrine.
E fugiu. O outro tem que fazer o mesmo caminho, só que tentar fazer ela se virar contra o papai.
It was a short, safe landing. At least this part of the Nexus hadn't changed too much. Zenobia had been taking it to the Imperial outpost. She'd never expected to go there by herself. Well, maybe she would. You never knew with her. Lead Raven.
Pegando os portões porque dá direito às batalhas.
What did you do if one of these platforms stalled? Bernardo knew Zenobia, and Zenobia knew him. She'd suspected a trick. Now he'd vanished. She would probably guess that was his plan all along. Perfect. Maybe she wouldn't use the Sky Ripper. At least not without taking it to the scientists at the observatory first. Meanwhile, the Emperor would be coming to the outpost personally. This could be good. Bernardo was face to face with the Emperor's bodyguard. They looked very tough, but the Emperor held them back.
Oh, where's my daughter?
And how would I know that? Bernardo grinned at him.
She lured me here so that you could kill me.
didn't she? Ah, don't be ridiculous, said Renato, trying his best to sound convincing. She loves you. Oh, I knew it. The rabbit told me I couldn't trust her.
Olha.
The Emperor hopped out the door. His phalanx of bodyguards retreated carefully. Renato heard someone call, "Arrest her!" as they left. Well, that's a job well done, thought Renato. Now the fleet will be in all sorts of disarray. But maybe he could find her in the mountains. She always used to go to the mountains to hide from the world. Maybe he could even turn her against her father. Or maybe he could reap the benefits of the chaos he had sowed. It was time to report to the rebel council, and then launch the attack in a divided and very confused Imperial fleet. Renato felt very clever indeed. He told the Empire nothing but the truth. Now they suspected everything and everyone. So, why are you going to see Zenobia? He asked himself. It's not just a cloak, is it? No, of course not. Now, turning her against her father was good. It's very good. If she would actually join the rebel, that would be spectacular, right? That was definitely what he was doing. He wondered if he should have just told her the truth about her father. The Emperor had adopted her from a stray. That was the source of all her loyalty. But even then, he'd been dreaming of a bargain with the lost gods. They alone could make him immortal. The Emperor would have to seal that bargain with the life of someone who truly loved him. And who else truly loved her? But how could Renato tell her that now? Why would she ever believe him? These platforms are great. Renato wanted one for his house.
Mais amiguinhos. Legal.
The funny thing was, she should have trusted him. He told her the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Oh, all right. The truth was, he'd played her like a fiddle. And how often had he ever done that? She was so smart. Smarter than me.
Sei lá, cada pico leva para caminho diferente. baú. Ixi, deu um bug aqui. Subindo.
Open, says me. Renato, given away the location of the secret base. Fortunately, the Emperor thought it was all a trap. He even mistrusted his own daughter. Renato couldn't have done better at planning.
Aê! Meu Deus, que difícil chegar aqui.
What have you done to me? Zenobia demanded. My own father thinks I'm a traitor. So? But I'm loyal. So what? You're a bastard, Renato, she said. Now, you love that about me. You really did want the core, didn't you? And the Iblis stone. Yep. He gloated. You get all that? She said to the fast speaker toad he'd failed to spot.
I am so relieved. My daughter.
Said the fast speaker. And Zenobia got into her ship and flew off. Damn it. The old fast speaker trick. How had he missed it? This was very bad. Zenobia back in her father's good graces, and both of them ready to use the core and the Iblis stone. He got back to the Farfair. Briefly, Renato thought of fleeing. The odds were surely against him. Never tell me the odds, he told himself. The odds confused him. He preferred to trust his gut. And so he sailed on to attack the fleet. Alone, if necessary.
Fazer mais final.
There were not many rebels here, and they were disorganized. The Empire had obviously attacked the secret base, the formerly secret base whose location Renato had so helpfully pinpointed on a map. There was still time to turn around, wasn't there? But Renato hated turning around. Heroes don't turn around, they just own their screw-ups and turn them into impossible victories, right?
Matar o Imperador.
Renato had a feeling that was the back door to something. But what? The odd thing was, Renato's personal battle was going fairly well. The Ravens immediately in front of him were no quicker or tougher than usual. Where was the power of the core? Blasting them off into the abyss. And where was Zenobia? She must be up to something. But whatever it wasn't his problem. Not yet, anyway. It was all going surprisingly well. this was definitely better than putting himself on fire.
Todo o que a gente vai lutar com o Imperador é esse caminho.
He'd screwed up last time, but he had a good feeling about this time.
GG. Very easy. Esse é o melhor power, sei lá.
At last, he came to Zenobia and the Emperor. She was sealing up a kind of squat coffin, banded with lead.
So glad you're here.
Croaked the Emperor.
You will be witness to my final victory.
That's creepy, Dad, says. Because of your shenanigans, we tested the core. It's really unstable. It could have blown us all up. It could, said Ronaldo, a little frustrated that she'd figured it out. Anyway, we already destroyed your secret base, so we don't need a super weapon. We're just going to bury it. Do we, torture you? Or give you a medal? Sometime later, Ronaldo got an invitation to attend the Emperor's ritual sacrifice of his daughter. They took him out of his dungeon cell and gave him all his medals to wear. A little while after that, the lost gods returned, and the sun went black, and the Emperor ate his soul.
Nossa. Tadinha minha, lascou com a vida dela. Bom, é isso, fechamos mais um capítulo. Agora a gente vai fazer mais um, claro que a gente vai fazer mais um. Vamos fazer a parte nova de uma vez, para fechar mais um capítulo. A gente vê mais um final, tá bom? Você que tá assistindo aí, continue curtindo, porque a gente vai continuar no próximo episódio, tá bom, galera? Muito obrigado e até a próxima.